Hi and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful patchwork top. My favorite thing about this top is there's no wrong side. Please stick around if you're interested in making this top, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and keep watching. Okay, so I'm using a 6mm hook with this chunky yarn that I got from Lovecrafts. I'm going to break down how to use your measurements to determine your gauge for your square. So I suggest that you pause the video at this point and get your measurement, do your math, and then go ahead to determine what your gauge would be for your square. I had to do 8 rows of 10 half double crochets to attain that 11 by 11 centimeter square. 6 squares in color A and 5 squares in color B.
For any of these 3 beliefs, 1,000 wars have been fought. The next day.
Once you have figured out your gauge, you're going to start with a slip knot and chain 10. So if you are approximately 88 centimeters for your bust, you can just follow exactly what I'm doing. So chain 10. Chain 1 and place a half double crochet in the second chain from your hook. And then continue to crochet along your work until you get to the end, and at the end you should have a total of 10 half double crochets. I just want to point out how customizable this top is. Say you want to have 5 squares going across the front and the back, then you know that you'd have to divide your bust measurement by 10 to determine the width, and because it's a square, your height is going to be the same as your width. Another key fact is the size of your square is dependent on the number of squares going across your body. For my sizing, I had to make a total of 11 squares. I made 6 in color A and 5 squares in color B, and then I laid them out like so. I used a size 4 black yarn to join my squares, and I'm going to show you how it looks when you join them. So you're going to join the front panel first and then add the back panel so that you can close off, and this is how it's going to look when everything is joined together. Okay, so the next part is to make a border along the bottom and then add your ribbing stitch. My ribbing was about 3 inches long, but this is all up to you. You can make yours as long as you want. Okay, so when we make our border in the bottom of our work, still using the size 4 black yarn, we're going to place our hook into where the squares meet, so into the black colored yarn stitch. I'm just going to chain 1 and then go into the next stitch with a single crochet. Now remember that your square has a certain amount of stitches, so you're going to make sure that you have the same amount of stitches. For example, I have 10 stitches, so I'm going to make sure I have 10 stitches going under the square. When we get to where the squares meet, we're going to place a single crochet right in between. So right there, you're always going to place a single crochet before you move on to the next square. Okay, so our border is done. Now it is time to make our ribbing stitch. I chained 4 and then plus 1 to build up my work, and then I'm going to go into the second chain from the hook with a single crochet, and I'm going to do that till the end. So 4 single crochet, and then when you get to the end of that row, you're going to slip stitch into the next crochet stitch. So the next single crochet, you're going to slip stitch into that, okay. So to begin the next row, you're going to slip stitch into the next single crochet, turn your work, and you're going to do a back loop single crochet ribbing stitch. So remember where your first stitch is, so count 2, which would be the 2 slip stitches, and then the third stitch you're going to put your single crochet in the back loop of that, so right in there, and then single crochet in the back loop of every stitch until you get to the end, chain 1, turn your work, and repeat the same steps. Okay, so the last steps are to just finish the border and then add your straps. So you're going to single crochet from that corner, single crochet all the way around, still using your size 4 black yarn, and you're going to go all the way around to where you started, and then you're going to slip stitch into that very first stitch. For a size medium, you can chain either 24 or chain 27. You want to do a multiple of 3. So chain 27 and attach it to the back square, the middle of the back square, and then you're going to work your way back to where you begin. And I'll show you how I did my straps, and then I did like a little picot border at the very top of my top. When you get to the sides of your square, you're going to place 1 single crochet into every half double crochet row. After chaining up a multiple of 3 for your strap, you're going to lay your work flat and attach your chain to the 5th single crochet stitch on that back panel square. Slip stitch into the 5th stitch, slip stitch into the 6th and into the 7th. In the 3rd stitch, place 6 double crochets. So we're pretty much going to be making a shelf stitch strap, so you can make this however you like. Honestly, it doesn't have to be 6 double crochets in a stitch. It could be 4, it could be 5. So this is where you use your creative freedom to make your straps, but this is exactly how I did mine. So after you've made 6 double crochets, you're going to count 3 chains, and then you're going to place another 6 double crochets in the 3rd chain. So every 3rd chain, you're going to place 6 double crochet clusters. When you get to the end of your chain, you're actually going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain from where your strap is coming up from, just to make up for the height of your strap. I didn't film that, unfortunately, but just trust me and just count 3 chains. So after attaching my straps, I worked my way back with a picot stitch. Now I'm going to leave 3 stitches and finish off my border right there. Okay, so I don't know why, but it just made sense to start my strap from the back instead of the front. So just do this however makes sense to you. So on the 5th single crochet stitch, you're going to chain up the same amount of chains you made initially and attach it to the very right corner. Slip stitch into the 2nd and the 3rd chain and then work the shell stitch. At the end of your strap, you're going to slip stitch into that corner stitch, which would be the 3rd single crochet stitch from where you begun your strap. Chain 1 and fasten off, and you're pretty much done with this top. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment. We are at the end of our video, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share to your crafty friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.